Are you thinking of moving to Plano, Texas? Well, in this video, I want to share the pros and cons of Plano, Texas, coming right up. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about Dallas, Texas, or specifically Plano, Texas, make sure to subscribe below, click the bell notification so you're the first to know the market update in Dallas, Texas. My name is Daniel. If you're thinking of moving in 10 days or 10 months down the line, feel free to call me, text me, email me, whatever you prefer. I'm happy to help you move to Dallas, Texas. Today, I want to share with you the pros and cons of Plano, Texas. Maybe you're thinking of moving to Plano, Texas, and you want to know, why are people moving here? Why are people relocating? Why are they moving out of state and coming to Plano, Texas? Because Plano, Texas has a population of 290,000 people. So why is it so big? Why are there so many people in this suburb? The very first reason is because of schools. When people from out of state move to Dallas, Texas, they move for several reasons. One reason that they move is because of job relocation. Their job in whatever state that they're in, maybe let's say California or New York, had relocated, the headquarters had relocated Dallas, Texas, and so they have to move here. Or maybe they're starting up another company, the same company, but another branch out here in Dallas, Texas. So that's why they have to move out here. That's one of the reasons why people move. But another reason why people move is because of the schools. They really like the schools here. And Plano ISD stands for Independent School District. Plano ISD has a very good school district. The schools are very good. So I have clients who are, let's say, the kid is like 5 years old. They're looking for a really good elementary, really good junior high, really good high school. And so they move here because of the school. So Plano here has a lot of academic programs that are really high quality programs. There's a lot of extracurricular activities that they provide. There's those advanced courses like the AP, IB courses that they have. And so it's competitive. It can be super competitive for some people, but it may not be super competitive. It just really depends, but it's academically top notch here in Plano ISD. So that's one of the reasons why people really love the city of Plano. The second pro of Plano, Texas is that it has a really strong economy. The job market here is very stable. There are a lot of headquarters that move to Plano. For example, you have Toyota North America, you have Frito-Lay, you have HP. So there are headquarters or regional offices that have moved and continue to move to Plano. So we have seen, because of these companies moving to Plano, we have seen an increase in tech companies, in healthcare. For example, when we talk about healthcare, there's Medical City Plano. There's also Baylor Scott and White. And so these healthcares, these hospitals provide people for job opportunities as well. So when we talk about these companies that are moving their headquarters to Plano, or the regional offices, or they're, like I said, starting up another branch or another office or another company extra. And so because of that, there's an increase in terms of people wanting to move to Plano. Now, Plano is really already developed, which I'll talk about later on, but because Plano is developed, people really like that as well. So because of this, not only in terms of healthcare, but also finances, in terms of IT tech companies, there is a lot of growth. It is a booming economy here in Plano, and we've seen a lot of growth in the recent years here in Plano, Texas. A third pro of Plano is that it is very safe. And this is very important for families because we always want to live in safe neighborhoods, right? We don't want any danger to happen to our families. And so this is why a lot of people really like Plano as well. The police department here in the city of Plano is well regarded. They are very good. The city encourages for safety, for neighbors to be part of the city and provide any incident reports or anything like that. So there's a lot of that kind of support from the city for that. So in the city of Plano, as in one of my vlogs that I've shared for the city of Plano, I've kind of shown you the neighborhoods and kind of drove by, and you will see that it's a really peaceful neighborhood. A lot of the neighborhoods in Plano are very peaceful, very quiet, a lot of trees that you can tell, just because Plano is really developed. It's been years, and so houses are kind of on the older side, but that's kind of where, because it's developed and we have a very strong police department and a lot of safety here in Plano, that's one of the reasons why families really love the city of Plano. A fourth pro is location. Now, in my virtual tour, I showed you the location of Plano. If you haven't watched that, you can watch that after this video. but the city of Plano is situated in a very, very great neighborhood, very great location where it is a suburb, and within this suburb you have other suburbs around the city of Plano, which you have, for example, Frisco, Allen, McKinney, you have Prosper in the north, and then you also have Carrollton, you have Addison, Richardson. So you have all these cities surrounding Plano, which makes Plano a very, very great place to live in. So whenever you want to meet people, let's say you want to meet people in Prosper, then all you got to go is just meet them in Frisco. You want to meet people in McKinney, then you come meet them in Allen. You want to meet people in Allen, tell them to come down to Plano. You want to meet people far away, tell them to come to Plano, because Plano has a lot of things to do. And so Plano is great in terms of location. So it has a lot of freeway, or it has a lot of tolls, and it also has a freeway. And so it's just surrounded by a lot of easy access, I would say. And so that's one of the reasons why Plano is a great location, great city, because of the location. And the last pro of Plano is that it is great for families. Families love it in Plano. Like I said, it is a nice neighborhood. So one of the reasons why people move to Plano is because of the school districts. It's really safe. And not only that, it has several things to do, not like everything, because within one suburb you're not gonna have everything to do, right? But it does have a lot of restaurants, of course, a lot of places to hang out. Like in my virtual tour that I showed you using Google Maps, I showed you kind of the intersections where you have a bunch of restaurants, a bunch of places to hang out. And so Plano has a lot of things. It has, for example, Legacy West. And so that is a pro that people really love, to be able to just go to Legacy West, hang out. It also has downtown Plano. It also has, for kids, it has Crayola experience. It also has a museum. It has other attractions for kids that parents would love to have easy access to take their kids to those attractions, so that they can get a bit of rest and so enjoy, and the kids also enjoy their time. So this is a great place for families when they want to move to Dallas. So City of Plano is a great place for families. All right, let's talk about the cons of Plano. The very first con is that the house prices are not cheap. They're kind of high up there. Now, not in comparison to California, New York, or other states that are, major cities, but in comparison to other suburbs, in comparison to other cities surrounding Plano. For example, in comparison to McKinney, or in comparison to, let's say, Salina or Prosper. So in comparison to other suburbs here in Dallas area, Plano is priced high. And the reason why it's priced high is because it's already established. It's existed for so long. And so if you're like tight on a budget, then Plano might not be the place. But if you're okay, then Plano might be the place for you. So it really just depends on your budget. And the second con is that the houses here are a bit older than the other cities. Why? Because Plano has been established for quite some time. Houses, you're not going to see a lot of new construction homes in Plano. If you do see new construction homes, they're going to be expensive, like super expensive, very expensive. And they're probably going to be very more of like the custom built, where you have to have your own builder to kind of build a house, or those builders who do build a house, it's not going to be like a huge land where they're building multiple homes, but like one, two, or a few houses at a time. And that's about it. So Plano, and even then, when it comes to location, yes, the city of Plano is located in a very great area, but like in those small spots in the city of Plano, like those areas may not be the greatest places to build a new home. And that's kind of where you'll see kind of newer houses being built in Plano. So if you're going to buy a house in Plano, I don't recommend new houses in Plano. I recommend pre-existing homes. But then the downside of that is that you're going to see not newer homes, but older homes in the city of Plano. You're going to get houses like in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s. So that's kind of what you'll see in Plano. But on the other hand, the good side is because it's more developed, you're gonna get more trees, so you're gonna get more shade, and so that kind of is what a lot of people also like as well. And the last con of the city of Plano is that it is near the tolls. Now, I mentioned how it has easy access to the tolls and the freeway, and location wise, it's a great thing. Now, that is a great thing, don't get me wrong, but the downside of being near tolls is this: it costs a lot of money. Now, it doesn't cost a lot of money in one day, but it costs a lot of money whenever you see the bill cycle, the end of the bill, end of the month bill, and you're like, oh my goodness, I spent like a couple $100s on tolls. Now, let me take a step back. So this is a problem with tolls, is that once you start, you can't stop until you see your bill, right? And so that happened to me. It's like I kind of started to drive on tolls, and I just got comfortable. Every time I drive one way, $5, come back home, another $5. So $10 a day, multiply it by, let's say, $20, 20 days, you get $200 a day. So you're spending over $200 just on tolls, which can kind of, hurt your bank account. But it is what it is. Sometimes people like me, I'm more of a, I don't want to waste my time. I'm more of like, okay, let me utilize it, let me maximize my time. And so for me, okay, even though toll costs more money, sometimes I'm okay with that because it's going to save me my time at the end of the day, which I can't buy back. And so everyone has their different perspectives. Some people are like, no, tolls are a waste of money. Some people are, no, tolls are worth it because it saves me time, because in the morning I'm very busy. So it just really depends. But for some people, this being near a tolls can be not a pro, but a con. And the reason why I say this is because, like, if you go into a suburb, there are some suburbs where there are no tolls around you. It's just freeways. It's just free. And so that's great. And so the city of Plano does have the 75 freeway, which is free, but it gets congested, especially during traffic hours. So it's really congested. So that's why people say, you know what, I'd rather just take the toll, which if they live in the middle, the center of Plano, then they can choose go 75 or take the toll. It just depends. People who live on the west side of Plano, then they're just going to take the toll straight down or straight up, or maybe on the 121, just depends. So that can be a negative factor for some people who don't want to spend. But I mean, of course, if Plano was just surrounded by freeways, like just like free freeways, right? Not having to pay, that would be great, but it's not. And so that's kind of a negative side of Plano. So there you go, the pros and cons of the city of Plano. And if you're thinking of moving in 10 days or 10 months down the line, feel free to call me, text me, email me, whatever you prefer. I'm happy to help you move to Dallas, Texas. If you like this video, make sure to click that like button. If you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe below, click the bell notifications. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day.